Hey everybody, I wanted to just report on this study that I read back in 2011, and I'm just really surprised I don't hear more about this because it was really pretty fascinating and just how simple this particular anxiety reduction technique was and significantly improved test scores for students. All right, so I'm going to give you the information below, but this was Ramirez and Beilock, 2011 in Science Magazine, issue 331. So please go and look at it. It was a relatively brief article, but the study was well done and also repeated. So they got results and then they repeated it with another sample, which is always strengthens the results. Okay, so what this was it was expressive writing for 10 minutes immediately before the exam. And it was repeated, as I mentioned before, with traditionally aged college students and then two groups of ninth grade students. And the details escape me, but I think the sample size for the ninth grade students was around 35 for the first group and then 50 for the second. And these were high-stake exams that they were taking, so they kind of created some scenarios to where the students wanted to do well and felt pressure to do well, and there was research supporting that the way they set these exams up, that they actually do produce anxiety. So all the students, whether it was the college students with math exams or the ninth grade students with their exams, they took a pre-test so they could get kind of what is the baseline for the student's performance. Then they split the groups up, okay? So they had the treatment group write about, for 10 minutes prior to the test, write about their thoughts and concerns about the tests they were just getting ready to take, okay? So the teacher asked them to clear their desk. They were given a prompt, to write about this. It was expressive writing about their worries and concerns. The control group was asked to think about test questions or topics that would not be covered. Now, and the reason the author said they did that is because it's common for students prior to an exam to ruminate about what's going to be on the test, what's not going to be on the test. So they were trying to artificially create that kind of rumination there. So then what they found was that the students that did the expressive writing 10 minutes before significantly improved their test scores over the control group, relative to the control group. And what they found is that habitually anxious students, so students high in test anxiety, were the ones that performed the best, had more significant improvements. So if we think about that and just step back, just simply think about the ACTs that people have to take and the SATs and the high stakes GREs and all these types of high stakes tests that people want to take to gain admissions into programs and so forth, that by simply writing, just expressive writing, free form of thought about the concerns and worries, it is in a way, and I'm just using a metaphor of just kind of dumping all that out so that you can then free up the brain, because we know that stress and anxiety reduces working memory. Okay, so I suspect that by writing all that out right before the test, we're essentially freeing up more working memory, which is then needed in order to perform well on a test. And I suspect it's a lot more complicated than that. I suspect there's a lot more going on within the brain, that getting that worry out and on paper then frees up the brain to just perform better and significantly improve scores. So just a really simple, I love when research can be really simple like this and produce great results. So let me know in your comments if you had heard about this or if your kids had heard about this in class. But if you or your children are getting ready to take a big test, this might be something to tell them. Go ahead and get that pen and paper and write out those worries and concerns so you can free up space when the test is actually going on. All right, love this one. Talk to you soon. Got some more stuff coming out. Take care.